Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, I just have to be honest, the entire game of Battlefield 6 appears to be leaking on Reddit right now. There's one particular Reddit account that is repeatedly posting new stuff, seemingly almost every single hour. This video is probably going to be like 20 minutes long. So without further ado, if you want to follow Battlefield 6, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Over 50% of people that watch my content are not subbed, so you might be enjoying the videos, but you just don't know you're not subbed. And if you never come by a stream, I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. Join the Discord, follow me on Instagram, all links are in the description. So as I mentioned, there's a ton to go over. The first thing I'm going to be going over is the weapon customization that was apparently leaked. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, these are leaks. Take everything with a grain of salt. None of this is official information coming from DICE. I've had a few complaints in the comment section recently saying this is all just speculation, I shouldn't even make videos on it. I tell everyone in every single video, these are leaks. Don't take it as like 100% fact. So here is the alleged weapon customization they went with for the next Battlefield title. First, we have packages, and weapon packages are apparently unique instances of a selected weapon. This sounds similar to a system that Call of Duty has, and you can modify how a package plays using different attachments. Attachments unlock per weapon as you play with its package and improve its mastery. In terms of individual weapon customization, equipping attachments appears to cost points, and each package has a limited budget of these attachment points. This seems similar to Call of Duty's Pick 10 system from way back. I want to say it was Black Ops 2. Correct me in the comment section, but it does seem like this is a version of that sort of pick system. The top comment on this Reddit post is actually, in my opinion, a pretty spot-on summary of what this could be. He says, it sounds like a complicated merge between the BF1 variant system, the standard BF3/4 system, and the Call of Duty system with points. If this does turn out to be true, I'm not entirely sure how I will like it compared to the previous Battlefield systems, but Battlefield has never had a weapon customization system like this. So, you know, I'm open to it. I just hope that it doesn't limit customization of weapons too much. But do let me know what you think about this in the comment section. This is definitely one of the bigger leaks in this video. The next leak we're going to be going over is new weapons that have been data mined from the Battlefield playtests. One is the Mini Fix, categorized as a bolt-action rifle. It has 12, 16, or 18-inch barrel options and a 10-round magazine. The other new weapon appears to be the DP-12, which is a bullpup 12-gauge pump-action double-barreled shotgun. Say that 12 times fast. I believe the real name for this weapon is the KSG-12. The next topic we're going to talk about is leaked attachment descriptions with actual descriptions of what these do to your weapon if you equip them. A lot of lasers in this, I will say. In the lights and laser section, there are a bunch of different kinds. Some increase hipfire accuracy, some have a potential to have a light attached to them that has a potential to blind most enemies. Some allow for easy weapon zeroing, some allow for even better hipfire at the penalty of accuracy while moving. And these all have different names. Some are 5 milliwatt lasers, some are 50, and some are 120. Similarly to other games, the stronger the laser, the more visible it is to enemies. But that isn't all of the attachments that are in this leak. There are descriptions for grips as well, which offer a bunch of different effects. Some grips provide very slight recoil control at the cost of aimed accuracy when moving. Some only provide recoil control, and one, very uniquely, provides the user the ability to fire their weapon while sprinting. I think this is only for hipfire. It'd be pretty insane if you could fire your weapon while sprinting in ADS. One annoying trait that I will point out is you may notice as you read some of these descriptions on the screen, it does say equipping some of these attachments at the cost of handling when aiming. I think this has to do with ADS times. I certainly hope they don't go down the Call of Duty route where every single attachment just destroys your ADS time. I've always liked Battlefield's attachment systems because they don't mess with things like that. And I do understand at a certain point you can't just slap on 87 attachments with no downsides, but ADS time in particular in a fast-paced game is always one of those downsides where I'm like, okay, like really? I think Delta Force is quite annoying with this. You really can't stack handling and other attributes very effectively on a lot of different weapons, which makes the weapons feel clunky in my opinion. And speaking of those weapons, a whole ton of weapon icons have also leaked, and here is a picture of one of them. As you can see, a lot of these weapons are actually using their actual weapon names. You have the M4A1, M27IAR, the L85A3, Scar L, so on and so forth. One important thing that I want to point out that I'm not going to be including in this video is a lot of original soundtracks actually leaked with full audio on Reddit. I'm kind of afraid to put them in this video, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I will link them in the description. The music sounds great. It is going away from the mistake that was Battlefield 2042 with that game's horrific soundtrack. These sound very reminiscent of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, as does the entire rest of this game. Now, this next topic we're going to be going over could cause some of you to be very angry. It is certainly causing a lot of confusion on the subreddit right now, and this leak is detailing Battlefield 6 characters / background information. But apparently, these are elite classes, and it is not clear what it means by this. Some people are speculating this is some sort of weird way to try to keep specialists in the game without there being specialists in the game. And some people are speculating this is a return of the Battlefield 1 Sentry Kit. For instance, Isaac O. Hawkinson is one of these people listed in this leak as a special elite class. Do you pick up a kit that turns you in to this character? Or are these like campaign characters and this is information pertaining to them? This is something that we certainly need more information and context for. I would not panic and say that specialists are in this game. They've stated, I think, multiple times that they're not going to be specialists in the multiplayer of Battlefield 6. And even from the previous leaks, we have not seen any evidence of there being specialists. So let's just hope this turns out to be something that isn't a big deal. Now, something that is a very big deal for a lot of people is the fact that classes appear to have their own class-specific equipment in Battlefield 6. This means we're very likely returning to being able to differentiate medic from engineer and engineer from recon player just by looking at what they're wearing. On top of that, we did have some dog tag art posted on this subreddit. I have to be honest, these don't completely blow me away. I think Battlefield 3 is completely undefeated when it comes to dog tags, and they should just copy some of the art styles. I think they were awesome. Some of them were really difficult to unlock. These strike me as more akin to Battlefield 4's dog tags, which I wasn't a really big fan of. I would still prefer Battlefield 3's, but we'll have to see what they offer in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if EA offers some, microtransactions with dog tags this time around. Up next, we have some descriptions for some vehicles in the game: fighter jets, attack jets, helicopters, and main battle tanks. We'll start with the fighter jets. We have the F-22 and the Su-57. It's kind of funny, they describe the Su-57 as a quote-unquote stealth aircraft, which I think is a little poke at the actual aircraft itself. Apparently, having a massive cross-section and being easy to see. One thing I do want to point out in the description of the F-22, it mentions that the F-22 can take out spy balloons. I wonder if this is maybe a nod at commander mode coming back. This is huge speculation on my part, but why would they mention spy balloons? Maybe a commander can call in a spy balloon and fighters can take them out? I have no idea. Now, for attack jets, they do mention the F-16 and the JAS-39 Gripen, or Gripen, I'm not entirely sure. And for helicopters, they mention the AH-64E, the EC-665 Tiger, the AH-6M, and the UH-60. The main battle tanks appear to have a lot more detail when it comes to these leaks. It actually leaked the entire description for every single attachment you can equip for these vehicles. The Abrams/Leopard are specifically mentioned. The primary ammo is very expected with MPAT shells and APF-SDS shells. Secondary ammunition, so that you can switch to it. You have HE shells, canister shells, and of course the guided shell. The driver secondary weapon slot includes a coaxial light machine gun. For the driver equipment slots, you can equip emergency damage control, smoke discharger, active protection system, which needs no explanation, The passenger primary weapon slot has a lot of different things you can choose between. You can choose between the light machine gun, heavy machine gun, and the automatic grenade launcher. For the passenger equipment slot, you can equip either explosives detection and detonation system and the smoke launcher. The explosives detection and detonation system is pretty interesting. It allows the passenger to detect nearby explosives and it enables them to destroy them, which I don't think has been an attachment available previously. And finally, for the passive ability slot for these tanks, you can choose between field maintenance, which improves the rate of passive health regeneration and ammo regeneration, durability, which allows additional armor, reduces max speed and maneuverability, but provides resistance to all damage types, enhanced loading systems, which increases primary weapon rate of fire and secondary weapon heat recovery when above 75% HP, and finally, improved handling, which improves the vehicle's turning rate and aiming speed. Next up is some pretty cool stuff regarding Portal in the next game. Apparently, there is a map editor for Portal 2.0. It's called Battlefield Builder, and it says, leverage the complete Battlefield toy box with powerful tools to create new and completely unique Battlefield experiences. And one of the coolest options I've seen so far, it allows you to host locally, which means you can play this offline. And finally, one of the last things we're going to talk about in this video, there are apparently many descriptions leaking right now for quote-unquote random things. That is literally what he's labeled this as. But there are some super important things mentioned here. For instance, anonymous mode. When set to on, your profile name will appear different to all players on the server. Players will not be able to see your actual profile name in Battlefield. This isn't really that relevant for normal players. This is massive for streamers and content creators. As I have personally experienced many times, unfortunately, stream sniping in Battlefield is a constant irritation, and streamer mode, anonymous mode, can only help to remedy that, and I am very happy to see this finally be implemented in a Battlefield title. So that wraps this up. Whole lot of leaks, but we're going to talk about whether or not this is actually even good for the game. There are so many things leaking for this game, including actual original soundtracks, gameplay, and everything else under the sun, that I really feel as though there isn't going to be any sort of hyper build-up to the game anymore for a lot of people. It feels like we already know everything about the game. Whether or not that's a good thing, I suppose remains to be seen. I do think regardless of this, there's still going to be a lot of, interest and hype. People are still going to want to play the game. But a lot of the mystery and discovery is kind of taken away with this kind of stuff. But I suppose this was bound to happen, because whenever you have a system in place like Battlefield Labs, you are giving access to random people that you have invited, therefore these people are going to constantly data mine and leak the game. EA has, I believe, anticipated this, which is why I think you see a lot of these leaks not being taken down from the subreddit or from YouTube videos. If this was a big deal in EA's eyes, I think they would really start copyright striking a lot of these things. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you think about all of this stuff in the comments section. If you enjoy the content and want to keep up to date with Battlefield 6 and other FPS games, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thank you to everyone that does that. Appreciate your time, and come by the streams. I stream every single day. Sometimes I have my girlfriend on there. You want to say hi, girlfriend? Hi! Oh, wow. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.